This is room 13. We are in an art class right now. This is room 13. Today, as you can see, many people made some crafts. This is Owen. He made a cool little head thing. So a lot of people made puppets in the class. But what I'm here to show you today is some people who have made some gorgeous artwork. Hey, Will! Will, can I see your brain? Yeah.
I was reading an article about this woman who had gone to Scotland, in northern Scotland, and she came upon Room 13, which was a group of children at a public school who could go in and use the school and make whatever they wanted in this studio space. And I was completely enamored with the idea of letting kids make what they thought was important to make, that answered their questions about life. So I traveled there and I saw it, and I was very convinced that this is something that all kids should have an opportunity to do, to make things that they invented. I thought this would be a great way for university students to understand the power of children's authentic art making, that when children can make what they really want to make. Is this right? Or is this what I think, what I should do? Or what do you think? Is this done? Am I done yet? They never would ask me questions to approve what they're making. They had their own vision. So I knew that I was on the right track.
You can walk around and just see what you like to do and just sit down and ask if somebody's sitting there and do it, and you're doing it just straight ahead.
I like making art. If you're not allowed to use it at home, you can use it at here.
Kids can do art any way they want, and there's no one telling them what they have to do.
What's your favorite material to work with when you like this wood?
Wood? Yeah, wood, but I don't have so much wood at home at all.
The kids come from Watauga County, but sometimes from Avery and Ashe County. From our ages maybe 5 to 13. They are from all socioeconomic backgrounds. Some parents are here at the university. Some parents have huge homes here and have businesses elsewhere. Some kids are from very, very poor homes. Some children come as homeschooled. So there's a huge, huge range of kids that come. And I love to see their mark on something, and I love to hear their stories, because I think their stories about what they're making tells me a little bit more about who they are.
The king of them all, and I'm trying to get this to fit over it onto my head so it can stay like that, and you can just put it on, and this is how it looks. And this is very stretchy.
But one little girl who's been coming since she was 5, and when she first started coming, she was almost in tears coming because she was so anxious about, she didn't know what to do. And now she's 12 or 13, and she paints furniture and just comes, and she said, "How many more Room 13s this semester?" And I said, "1 more after this one." And oh, her face just dropped. She said, "What?" And I love the idea that they can just have time where they can just think on things. And I think when you make something, you're slowing your pace down and you're kind of thinking about something. And I think that's something very important to children that they don't get elsewhere.
Vicky Grube is probably the coolest person I have ever met in my life. She is amazingly imaginative in every single way that you could think of. She'll be telling a story about something having to do with a book we read, and then all of a sudden go off on this tangent and say, "What if this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened?" And it's like getting to talk to a kid who is intelligent beyond belief and is teaching you things that you don't even realize you're learning in the moment, but she's very intentional about the whole thing. She really believes thoroughly in Room 13 and the practices that go with it, and she acts them out in her own teaching styles. It's amazing.
I know the funding is a crucial question for everything. One advantage we have is that it's connected with the university, and so it benefits the university students. It's really set up. It's set up for the community, but it's also equally set up for the university students to have an environment, have a studio space where they can actually watch children make what has meaning for the child, so that they can be the best possible art teacher they can be. So in that way, they're supporting Room 13 not only by physically coming and helping the room get set up, but there are some student fees that we can use, that the art ed department has a small budget. So we can use some of that budget to buy masking tape and markers and go to the Durham Scrap Exchange and load up on mannequins and, you know, tape and all kinds of stuff.
One thing that's definitely helped me become more comfortable with it is like kind of like acting like a kid on my own in the room. And I think it makes it a lot more fun. You kind of like, you connect with them on their level. You end up making like really good friends with these kids.
Not have to worry about writing or draw this or learn these numbers. They can do what's in their minds and get that out.
But I'm also gonna have this black spot over here, and then going over here. This is just the part I started. Here's his little boat.
I didn't realize how social Room 13 would be, that it was actually also a place where people could see what each other was making and finding that amazing. And so it became a community through the making of things.
I made these maracas and this necklace.
Who are you giving the necklace to?
I'm giving the necklace to my mom, and I've given these to my babysitters, but this white one I'm keeping for myself.
We need real funding for our space, because we outgrow every single space we've been in. And we outgrow it because the kids make things and they want to leave them up and come back to them, because that's what art is. It's not about doing something really quickly and being done and walking away. It's like coming back to something again and again and thinking about it. So we need a space where they can leave their stuff out and they can come back to. And right now, where we are in the art department, the space is very crowded. Eventually, we're going to come to a place where we really need some serious money because it's getting crowded. And we've been getting by so far, but I think that won't last forever. Constantly delighted by Room 13, and I'm so amazed that children like to come so much, and I'm amazed at how ingenious they are. Even though I know they're ingenious, they still surprise me every time by what they make.